Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
This podcast is supported by Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. RVs are for sharing adventures with family, friends, and even your pets. So if you bring your cats and dogs along for the ride, you'll want Progressive RV insurance. They protect your cats and dogs like family by offering up to $1,000 in optional coverage for vet bills in case of an RV accident, making it a great companion for the responsible pet owner who loves to travel. See Progressive's other benefits and more when you quote RV insurance at Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pet injury is an additional coverage and subject to policy terms.
Police responded to a 911 call.
Dramatic video of gun insanity in the Bronx.
Police releasing a new video of a person that they are still trying to track down.
Defund the police is not the answer.
Many people surveyed said they just don't feel safe in the city.
It's a shooting outside of a store.
This is Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast.
Police this morning are searching for the person who turned this Harlem platform to a crime scene.
A Red Apple Media Podcast Network production. Now, here's Bo Dietl.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast. This week, I'm going at him again, because I think this is the most important thing right now in my life and in the life of every New Yorker. You know, we have this candidate running, and I started the PAC. It's a political action committee. It's a PAC called Anyone But Mamdani. What it's about is, and here I'm going to give you the site where you could go online and you can contribute for this, because this is all about destroying him for who he is and what he wants to do and what he says. It's nycabm.com. nycabm.com, and you could go on there, you could contribute what you want. So let's talk about Mamdani. I call him the real Manchurian candidate. He was handpicked by the corrupt Workers' Party, also the machine, the DSA, Soros cash. This is all a setup. This has been underway by these two groups for a long period of time. He talks like he's a working class hero. He wasn't a grassroots star. He was installed as a ruthless socialist, and he has this idea about this to be the beginning of how he wants to take America over and bring America to its knees, like has happened in London and in England and across the world. And they want to bring it to New York City, the capital of the world. And what better than to put a socialist Muslim mayor in office? There are all kinds of federal probes underway on top of him. You know, handpicked people. These are few handpicked people. We're talking about him being bankrolled. It's the Working Families Party, the WFP, and the Democratic Socialists of America. And this is bankrolled by George Soros and all these billionaires and all that, along with this Neville George Singman. Mamdani, he has been picked. He's the chosen one. When he ran for assembly, they knew exactly what they want to do. And what they've done is, with Big Bird de Blasio, we saw them pop their head. And now all of a sudden they've taken over the majority of the city council, and they're moving, along with my friend Brad Lander, that do-nothing controller, who never looked at any of the monies that was spent by our current mayor on the migrants. All it's about is that they want to install their own progressive machine. We're talking about investigations on the Acorn's involved in this. So what I've been doing is I've been doing an investigation into them. And we all know about the Democratic Party becoming very anti-Semitic. And this is what we're facing right now. It's just funny that Chuck Schumer, our senator, nobody wants to back back Mamdani right now for the reasons is Mamdani is so off course what he wants to do. And what we're doing is we're checking right now, we're investigating all these 501 charities, and the Soros money trail continues, and it's a bunch of interlocking networks, and a lot of these networks that we're starting to develop all go back to funding with Hamas and everything else. Now, we got to realize one thing. I think it was 2017 or 18, Mamdani became a citizen. When he became a citizen, you have to fill out the application. So we're checking into his application. On his application, you have to show if you have any involvement with any of these groups or any of these terrorist groups and all that. If he signed that he had nothing to do with them, we got a little bit of a problem. Again, with my investigation that I'm doing right now, we're finding out about Zohran with this Bodwin Student for Justice of Palestine. He was the chapter, he started it, American Muslims for Palestine, an organization that was documented with association with Hamas. So we're checking this, all kinds of stuff, with all these extremists, and this is what we're doing right now. He had an alias, my friend Mamdani, and his alias was Young Carter Dome, a.k.a. Mr. Carter Dome, and he was a rap singer, and he was talking about the Holy Land and foundation leaders and convicted and really trying to convince people to support Hamas. Now you have the campaign started, and he was involved with this group called CARE, which was under investigation, and it was called the CARE Unity and Justice Fund. This was designated as a terrorist organization, and my friend Mamdani is right involved with this right away. People don't understand what's going on here. Are we that stupid as being New Yorkers and Americans? And we have all of the facts that we're going into right now, and the money flows and all this different money that's coming through. You have all these Palestine Committee links with the Muslim Brotherhood, and we're putting this together, and I'm checking all aspects of his immigration into the United States. Now, this is important for people to know. Mamdani is out there right now running around, 5-borough tour and all that. He doesn't even want to talk about issues. All he wants to do is talk about President Trump. President Trump, hey, dickhead, why don't you talk about the issues of you wanting to become a mayor? What you said in the past, defunding the police, what you've said about using community relationship. Where's that money going to cover? Maybe you should take it off the budget that we don't have with the police department. These are things that you want to do. Free grocery stores, free this, free that. And it's all about you attacking President Trump. You're not running against President Trump, dickhead. You're running for mayor of New York City. If you got everybody bullshitted that you're going to give free this, free that, you don't have any, where are you going to get the funding from? You can't run a friggin' lemonade stand like I said. You're going to run a $115 billion budget? All I know is New York City depends on our president and who's in office. We need a relationship with our president. We know all about all the different people who were mayors of this city, and they were able to get stuff out of the president's of the United States. Times Square, Ground Zero, building Ground Zero again with President Bush, on and on. And, you know, he acts as though his campaign is him running against Donald Trump. Sorry. Ding, 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 head. Ding, ding, Mamdani. You're not running against Trump, idiot. You're running against the other candidates for mayor of New York. Why don't you show? Because every time they nail you on something, well, I changed my mind. I don't believe you. You're a damn liar, Mamdani. You'll say anything to get elected as mayor of this city. You've got all the Democrats bullshitted about what you're going to do and what you really stand for. You stand for nothing. You're a little punk kid, come from a rich family from this country that Idi Amin were eating people. Maybe he should have eaten you. This is what it's all about. You're trying to come into my city and control my city? No. I am looking into you, every aspect of your funding, of your illegal funding to all these groups leading up to funding of Hamas and all that. They're a terrorist group. Don't you get it? You don't have anything to do with them. And now, all of a sudden, all these the liberal press, they don't want to listen to me. Why don't you take some quotes and listen to some of the information that I have, liberal press? All they're doing is kissing ass to Mamdani. And you know what? All I know is that we have to realize one thing. If this guy gets elected, the services that you're used to now, they're not that great now, but the services that you're used to now will be diminished even more. And this guy, who is he going to run? The Three Stooges? He's going to be his assistants to help him run the money? Who's going to run? How about Controller Brad Lander, that moron? Is that what we're going to do? No, Mr. Mamdani, you are not going to be elected mayor of this city. Over my dead body will you be elected mayor of New York City. I will go after you and I will investigate you up your ass for what you've done, who you're involved with, where your money's coming from, and that fat pig George Soros, where your real money's coming from. Okay? And again, I'd like to invite you on my podcast, dickhead. If you got any balls in your pants, come on my podcast. Let me give you some tough questions, okay? You know, it's all about the press. The liberal press loves to talk about Mamdani calling out President Trump. Mamdani Trump. You're not running against him, ass face. You're running for mayor. You don't even know what you're doing, pretty boy. And I tell you what, again, when you had your wedding over there in Uganda, you had security. You got police now guarding you because you're running for mayor. You know what? Why don't you get some of those community people to protect you? Leave my cops alone because you've talked against them. You want to defund them. You want to defund the police department. You want to close Rikers Island. You're a moron, little boy. And I'm Bo Dietl. My life has been in New York City. I was a cop. I was a detective. I was a decoy. I got mugged 500 times protecting people. I was stabbed. Hospitalized 30 times, punk. So little kiddies like you, I get really angry when you want to take over my city and take over the police department and defund them. You got your morons in the city council all sitting up there. We love you, Mamdani. We love you. What do you got, Mamdani? You got nothing. You're a 33-year-old little punk. Why don't you come on my podcast? Show how much of a man you are, Mamdani. With all your rings on every finger, what is that all about anyway? Each ring's a symbol of who you ripped off, because you're not going to get through this without me coming after you, and I'm coming hard. And I want people, again, I need people to contribute to this pact that I put together. And again, the pact, we have to get this pact going, and it's anybody but Mamdani. And that's something that I'm sorry for getting upset like this, but this guy is definitely the Manchurian candidate. Now all my union friends, 1199, the teachers union, everyone's sucking up to him. Why are you sucking up to this little punk kid? The kid's got nothing. He's got no platform. He's got no foundation in life. All he is a little rich little boy with mommy and daddy giving him money, and all he wants to do is cause chaos in our city. Do we really want this guy, this little punk kid, to run the city of New York, the greatest city in America and in the world? I'm sorry, I just get so angry. But again, we have to think about one thing, and we all have to think about it together. And when we think about it together, we have to put our things, and we have to finance this pact that I put together. I'm not putting this pact together for anything but to destroy this piece of garbage. And it's NYCABM.com. It's in New York City, anybody but Mamdani. And all I can tell you right now is we have to keep investigating. I'm finding stuff as we're speaking. Each week, it's going to get better and better. And it's, again, NYCABM.com. abm.com. Please send anything. I will continue to investigate this guy, and I will expose each week more and more that I'm uncovering right now. I'm putting the ties together, and I'm showing exactly where he came from. What this was all about was this. They picked a good-looking, he's got a lot of hair, I ain't got much hair, good-looking pretty boy with all his rings on his fingers, and he's very well spoken, and he could change like, what do they call those things that change? Not a salamander, whatever the hell he's called, a gecko. He looks like a gecko a little bit, but he could change. He will say and do anything. You want to hear him talk? Oh, now I like the police. He was in Uganda when that poor officer was killed. But when he found out he was a Muslim, he rushed back to New York and held the father. Oh, now he likes cops? You little punk. You like cops? You were against them. You want to defend them. Tell the truth. Come on my podcast. Please, Mr. Mamdani. Please. I'll put a chair next to me and we could talk about all these issues. And I promise you, I will not get violent with you. I will talk like a gentleman. I can't call you a gentleman because you ain't old enough to be a gentleman yet. You're a punk. But I'll treat you with respect. Welcome to Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast, if you have the balls there, Mamdani. All right, let's talk about some other issues here going on. There's a lot going on. Again, I apologize to everyone for being so anxious and so upset because my grandchildren, my children, my families, my sons are in New York City, and I'm scared. And the values of real estate will fall down so fast if he's elected. All you building people, all you REIT people, all the people in New York City, prepare yourself. If this punk gets elected, your values are going to go down. Remember, let's contribute to this pact that I put together. So now even my friend, my well-respected friend, Ray Kelly, the commissioner, he talked about him. He said, there's no question about it. He's going to reduce the size of the police department. It's going to be a natural thing. And then he's going to bring these community people. Hey, Mamdani, hey, your community people, when that guy was shooting up the building on Park Avenue, what are you going to do? Send in a couple of your community representatives and talk them down? Get the hell out of here. You've never been shot at. You don't know what it is to have fear. And people in this city have fear. And he says, all of a sudden he's saying, do you stand by your comment about defunding the police department? Now he's changed. Oh, no, I'm not standing by it. You're a liar. You want people to believe you. You're a liar. When you say something, you're going to stand by it. Okay, and you got NYPD security around you. Oh, I'm just so overwhelmed with this guy. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. And then we have Mamdani's grocery plan. Free grocery stores. They tried to do something like that in Missouri. And then all of a sudden it opened up in 2018 as part of a multi-million-dollar plan. It mysteriously shut down weeks after that when they showed bare shelves. They couldn't get the product in there, and it couldn't be run properly. What are you going to do? Take my friend John Catsimatidis out of the supermarket business, you little punk? No, not in this city. Okay, now, we got a big congratulations to my president, to the city I love, Washington, D.C. He has now realized when you have 30-something people out of every 100,000 people being killed in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. Houston, we got a problem. And that idiot mayor over there of Washington, D.C. can't realize. So he sent the federal troops in there. He sent the federal authorities in there to stomp on this crime. And all they're doing there is they're doing what was supposed to be done. And they ain't prosecuting. And this bail, again, they had this moron in here, Como, just not too long ago on WABC here, interviewing. Yeah, you're the one. Every cop killer, you punk, Como. Every cop killer. You know what? You and Mamdani should hold hands and get the hell out of my city, okay? And take Eric with you, too. Because I can't even tell you who I support because my PAC says I can't tell you. But I got something in my own mind. I do support one guy, and it ain't them, and it ain't Mamdani. Use your own clue. Okay. Now we're talking about Washington, D.C. with what's going on there. And there's no way that you can continue to let kids that are 13, 14, 15, 16 years old be not prosecuted for what they're doing. If they're smart enough to pull a trigger and blow your brains out, then they should be smart enough where they have to be incarcerated. When you have a mad dog who's biting people, what do? Here, puppy, have a little more food. No, you got to do something with it. And these little punk kids, 14, 15, 16, and we got them in New York. They get in, they get out, and that's going on. We have to change laws. Let's stop the bull crap. Oh, they had a bad upgrade. Well, I had a bad upbringing too. My father was born in Germany. My mother was born in Sicily. My father used to beat the hell out of me when I looked at my mother the wrong way, or if I said the wrong thing. Yeah, with the belt buckle, boom. And I needed that. You know why I needed that? Because I was a tough kid. I was a bad kid. But I learned respect. And that's what these kids will never learn. I love the idea about what we should do. Is every kid who graduates high school, who doesn't have a job, let him go into the service. Let him develop a trade. Let him develop respect for everyone. Let them become a person, understanding family value. And I love the military to set these kids straight, because all they do is look at their idiot phones and go on TikTok-y and Instagram-y and all this crap, and they don't even have any kind of fluid mind power. They don't read. All they do is go on that phone day and night. And that's what you're having, a generation that's hanging out there. And when some guy like Mamdani comes in, I'm going to give you free buses. I'm going to give you free food. I'm going to give you everything for free. Vote for me. Oh, yeah, I'm going to vote for Mamdani. This is the psychologicalness of these kids. Crazy. Everybody said, Bo, why didn't you run for mayor again? I says, I would never run for mayor, because the last time I ran for mayor, this scumbag, Big Bird de Blasio, had his people, his general counsel, knocked me off the election, knocked me out of the election with no lines. I went to Supreme Court. Big Bird de Blasio had his general counsel there, 2 lawyers, and the judge was there smiling at me. Mr. Dietl, I got bad news. You're not going to have a line. You're not going to be a Republican or a Democrat. I looked at her like, are you crazy? And he had his lawyer. He had his general counsel. What were they doing in my courtroom? We went to the Court of Appeals and we went to the appellate division. Same crap. That's why I didn't run, because you're so corrupt in this city. And now with this Mamdani who's leading in the polls, I can't believe he's leading in the polls here. Are people just totally nuts? You're listening to Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast. Please stay tuned with this message and we'll be right back. Thank you.
Getting ready to step into your career era? Set yourself apart with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Hone your skills with apps like Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and more, powered with the latest in creative AI. Students save over 55%, so you can build a portfolio you're proud of. Launch your future with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Visit adobe.com/students to learn more.
You don't technically need this car. You say that out loud to yourself. You say, I have no space. You say, I'm just looking. Then you click. Then you zoom in on photo number 87 and whisper, oh no. Then you text a friend, the one who always enables you. You say to yourself, this is the last one, knowing it is not. You don't need this car. But maybe, just maybe, this car needs you. Bring a trailer. It's never just a car.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you. Ooh. Find your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
Now, we talk about crime. This thing really jumped at me. This woman, 32 years old, right? She was a mother of 2 young children. This little punk grabbed the in a bank and demanded her to take money out, $20,000. He stabbed her in his stomach before fleeing. He was sentenced to 14 years of prison for nearly a dozen robbery charges. He was released just 5 months later in July of 2024 under shock probation. This is something new, shock probation. I got a shock for him. Here he goes. The release was granted by Judge Jessica Green, appointed by Democratic liberal Governor Andy Beshear. Shock probation is meant to rehabilitate offenders by exposing them to a brief stint in prison and to defer future crimes. Give me a break. He stabbed a woman. He robbed a bank. I'll give him some shock therapy. This is what's going on across our country. That's why it's something that we all have to realize. We have to band together on this thing. And now, Zohran Mamdani, I got to keep going back to this 5-borough tour. Supposedly, he's going over to Staten Island. I think he's going to have a little surprise in Staten Island over there. So, street and subway safety is one of his issues. Really, dickhead? You want to dismantle the police. You want to do all these things. Public school performance. Yeah, you want to teach them that Hamas is good and all this other bullshit. Economic development. What do you know about economic development? Like I said, you never had a job. You were a bullcrap assemblyman twice. All I know is one thing. He lacks everything of the principles. Lack of experience, of course. Anti-police stance. Strong opposition to Israel. Any of my Jewish friends that vote for him, you know what you need? You need to change your brain. Go to a doctor. Let him exchange your brain for another brain. All I know is that this thing is so serious. And I'm very happy that I have this podcast to talk. And I tell everybody what it's all about again. Let me bring it back. This is the beginning of the socialist movement in the United States. They want to put Mamdani in first, and then you're going to see it going like a wave across our country. There'll be other cities. They'll be running these candidates. Where are the Democrats with really substance? Democrats who believe in work hard and you have success. Where are the Democratic leaders who are just curtailing to the likes of this AOC and these other morons? Because you see this Mamdani? There's a lot more lined up if he gets elected. And this is what it's all about. It's all about one thing, about Mamdani to turn this country exactly what happened in England. When you had 60 million English people, 4 million Muslims, and them 4 million Muslims were able to elect, I believe it's 50 cities, including London, and elect who they wanted. Just remember what I'm saying right now. If we don't knock this guy down and take him out. I'm not talking about any kind of threatening. I'm talking about vote him right out. If we don't vote him out, they'll be praying with mats on Park Avenue, just like they did the Champs-Élysées in Paris. They'll be shutting traffic down, and every 20 minutes you're going to be hearing prayers over loudspeakers. I don't want that. I believe in people's religion, but leave me out of it. Don't interrupt my life with what you like. If you like vanilla ice cream, eat it. I like chocolate. Don't tell me what I got to do. And before you know it, and if you look at a lot of the practices of these radical Muslims, if you don't change your religion and become a Muslim, they want you to die. So maybe that's what you want to do. If you really want to die and you want them to do this to you, vote for Mamdani. And don't tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. I love this city. My life has been this city. My family's in this city. I could have gone to Florida a long time ago and be at a beach somewhere. No. I'm staying and I'm fighting to the end till Election Day. I will be fighting you, Zohran Mamdani. I don't really give a friggin' hell how you pronounce your name. I call you Mamdani because that's all you are, punk. And you're only a punk kid. And again, I like my people here. I'd like you guys to invite him on my podcast, please. I'd like him to accept an invitation. If he wants to really be, and he really wants to answer questions, come on Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast. See if you're tough. See if you're really tough. Again, I have to apologize. I'm just so upset. But I do need anybody listening to this podcast to go to the website. It's nycabm.com. It's New York City at anybodybutmandami.com. nycabm.com. Please help me take this guy down. What I plan on doing is I plan on going social media. I plan on getting to all the voters, especially the independent voters that don't know what's going on, and showing what this guy's going to do, and show him, if he gets elected, how New York's going to lose all the federal funding, all your services, and everything in New York City. It will reflect on this guy being elected. Nobody's going to want to have anything to do with New York City. Let's fight for New York City. Please, please. Until next week. And again, I'm sorry. I just have to let you know this is one of the most important things in this city since I've been around. This is not an issue that is one-sided or another side. It is totally one-sided. This is a socialist person that wants to take this city down and eventually want to take this country down. God bless everybody. Please tune in next week. I'll have an update on some new stuff on Mamdani. And I'm extending an invitation to you, Mamdani. Come on my podcast if you can find your ball bag and your little panties you got. All right, till next week, tune into Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast and tell people, watch it, and please help me. Send money to our PAC. Thank you very much.